Is the college football playoff schedule the worst schedule in sports? Who the hell knows? The debate has been raging for, honestly, years now. National championship on a Monday night doesn't really help, but we figured, first year of an expanded playoff, let's take a look at it and see if it's as bad as people think it is. I'm here joined, as always, by Brandon and Drew. The fellas from 3 and Out. I'm Noah. People don't give a shit what our names are, but we're here to talk some ball. Fellas, how we doing?
How you
Doing good, man. Ready to dive in. I haven't done a deep dive on this schedule, but I've glanced at it and it seems a bit interesting for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a spicy meatball. So I feel like if there's nothing else to say, we can just jump right into it and sort of an organic reaction for Mr. Brandon here.
Let's see.
The first thing I did was look to see what day New Year's Eve fell on. It's a Tuesday, which definitely throws this off.
It's a Tuesday?
Yeah, New Year's Eve's a Tuesday. New Year's Day
screw
is a
that,
Tuesday.
dude.
Yeah. So,
Okay,
this is
so
it.
we can kind of, this is it. So we can kind of work our way from left to right, starting with the first round. I believe these games are on campus starting on Friday, December 20th. 8 p.m. on a Friday night. What do we think about that?
I don't hate it. It sounds kind of reminiscent of the Pac-12 championship game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
I don't mind at all.
No, I don't mind that at all because that kind of kicks off your weekend. Pun intended. It's a primetime slot, and it's not like.
Yep.
I think if I'm like let's just say hypothetically, like you're the 5 seed. I don't even know how this would work. Does the higher ranking team just host, or they get to decide when they play, or you think the TV people, the lizard people behind the scenes, will determine when they play? Or
in the 4 team, the 1 seed always got to pick what bowl game they wanted to go to. I would assume the higher seeds in this first round scenario would get to pick, or at least have some sort of say. But then again, the only thing up for grabs here is really time slots, which has always kind of been dominated by the networks.
Yeah.
So I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work.
This would I would assume this would be the 5-12 game on Friday night. I guess depending on who the 5 seed is, just because it's not really expected to be that contentious of a matchup.
I'd agree. And then it's so on and so forth. The better the matchup, the later the slot.
Yeah, so like
I feel like that makes
what is that, the 8-9 would get prime time Saturday night?
Most likely.
Right?
That'd be heat, dude.
Is it 8-9?
That Saturday from I love that. Space it out 4 hours between the 3 games. Noon, 4 p.m., 8 p.m.
Yep.
I'm not
Week
moving
before
from my
Christmas,
couch today.
I mean,
It's gonna be great.
that's kind of NFL divisional weekend-esque, where your first games.
Yeah, except it's 3 games, except 2, or rather than 2.
Yeah, just they just want to make sure that everybody gets their share of the spotlight, which I like. I like not having multiple playoff games going on at once. So I think the first round.
There's no reason for that if you can avoid it.
Yeah, if you can avoid it, I think the first round they've done very well. I have no complaints, no notes.
I think definitely if all 3 of those, at least the Saturday games, are good, competitive matchups, this is in contention for best sports day of the year.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Bar none, this could be it.
I don't know, man. That second tier looking very challenging.
Ooh, that's true. There is one more thing I wanted to get before we jump.
Yeah.
Real quick. How do we feel about TNT grabbing some college football games? I don't think it's really been done before.
No.
At least not in the magnitude of this.
No. Oh, no.
It's
not playoff
It's either
games,
been
for sure.
Fox, ESPN, or ABC. And I don't think Fox even has any playoff rights because they're not on this list. I think Fox.
I don't think so.
Fox has literally just had the Big 12 championship and the Big 10 championship.
I think this could be a direct reaction of TNT losing out on the NBA. They want to stick around, stay relevant in the world of sports. So
is Shaq
I
going
was
to
gonna
try
say
to
the
explain
same thing.
football to me?
huh?
Is Shaq going to try to explain football to me?
Oh my gosh, Charles Barkley and Ernie Johnson going at it on a college football Saturday, that would be top
Give
tier
it to me.
television.
Give it to
Honestly,
me. I would love
you know,
it.
they're athletes. They know what they're talking about, right?
Oh
They
yeah,
gotta, they have to watch football in some way, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know where Kenny Smith went, but I know Shaq's an LSU guy, Ernie's obviously UGA, and then
Yeah.
Auburn for Chuck. So that would be wild.
That would be funny. And there's a real possibility all three of those teams could be playing on the same day, hypothetically speaking,
That's true.
in this format.
That's
Not out of
true.
the
It's not
question.
out of the
It's not
question.
ridiculous to say
No,
that.
no. I mean, I don't know where LSU ended up last year in the final rankings, but Auburn would be the.
It was
top-
inside of 12, I
It
think.
was inside the top 12. But yeah, Auburn would be the push there, but it's not ridiculous that it could happen.
It's very true. All right, yeah. No notes. I like it. Very nice first round.
Yep.
Looking good.
Yep.
Moving on, we've got the quarterfinals, which begin. That's New Year's Eve
Yeah.
with one playoff semifinal New Year's Eve, which is the Fiesta Bowl, and then moving into New Year's Day, we got Peach Bowl at 1, Rose Bowl at 5 as always, and then the Sugar Bowl 8:45.
Yeah. I do wish they could shift one more to New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
2 and 2. I don't know.
I like the 1 and 5.
This
time
might be
slots.
ridiculous. Yeah.
I just feel like the Rose Bowl, if it's a good game, could overlap a bit with the beginning of that Sugar Bowl.
Yeah. I, for one, have always hated that the Sugar Bowl starts at 8:45, and Georgia has played in this game multiple times in the past few years. I always find it so hard to stay up and watch. It's just at least for me on the East Coast. Like, I know people on the West Coast probably love it because it's a football game on for them at a reasonable hour. But I don't know. I've always kind of hated how it's so late for people on the East Coast, and like if my team's in it, I'm like fighting sleep. I gotta fight to stay awake.
It's just a weird schedule because like the first round takes place, the weekend before Christmas, and then the second round takes place a week after Christmas. So that's like a solid 9-10 days. That's 10 days, and then
10
the
days.
semifinals are 8 days later, and then the national championship is 10 days after that. Like, it's just, I don't know. I think, I understand why. Like, we do the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day quarterfinals. I get it. But it might be blasphemous to even say this, but wouldn't it make more sense to just keep it on a, Saturday-ish schedule?
Yeah.
I'm honestly not married to the New Year's Eve thing, if I'm being honest. It's fun.
It's tradition more than
Yeah.
anything, I think.
I think if you take
you
the
could say
Rose
that,
Bowl
but,
out
I mean,
of the,
I don't think
if you take the Rose Bowl out of the quarterfinals, so does this mean the Rose Bowl is always going to be a quarterfinal game?
I think it's still going to rotate based on the year. I like, and I was going to bring this up as we got into the semis, I like that we're now incorporating the New Year's Six. Like, all 6 games will have that circumstance and that relevance every year. Because before, obviously the 4-team playoff, we had, kind of a rolling basis of which 2 were in the playoff. I really like that we kind of have all of them in play now.
Yeah. I mean, every New Year's Six game actually means
It
something.
just
Yeah.
Well, it didn't mean anything before, but
it's just going to catch me off guard if I'm watching the Rose Bowl on the 9th. I don't know. Are they still going to do the parade? Because the parade, I think, started as a New Year's Day tradition.
That's fair. Yeah. I think that's a good segue because this is where, everything to this point, perfectly fine.
Yeah, I don't
Looks
really-
great. Right here is where
I
I
don't
really
really.
get
lose me.
pissed
I don't
off.
really.
This is
well,
where you
I guess
lose
my
me.
last thing I'll say about the quarterfinals is I don't really understand why the Peach Bowl kicks off at 1. I don't know why you don't just keep the same schedule as you have in the first round. but I think y'all already said that. So
Yeah.
I would definitely like to see, another game, as you said, Brandon, on the New Year's Eve, because that, at least to me, that's fun. The New Year's Eve, like.
Yeah. I think the Peach Bowl could easily be on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Yeah.
that's not my biggest gripe. My biggest
That's
gripe
true.
is having a semifinal on a Thursday when I'm working.
Exactly. That's great segue.
I got to go to the office the next day, presumably. So that's my biggest complaint.
Yeah. I think about it as a fan of a team who will probably be playing in one of these games, a Thursday, January 9th, and a Friday, January 10th. Like, yes, it gives you kind of that meaning, that early January time, there's like a lull at the beginning of the year, early year depression or whatever. This will help, but Thursday night, dude,
I'm just wondering if there's something going on that Saturday. I know it's the NFL playoffs. I don't know if they've monopolized Saturdays at that point, but come on.
Well, here's my thing about like the NFL. Like the NFL is coming for Saturdays.
Excuse me?
They are.
They are scheduling games whenever the fuck they want. So I don't know. I don't see why like their wild card weekend or whatever is going to be on that Saturday. I don't see schedule it up against it. They're doing the same thing to you. I don't know.
I'm trying to see if I can find the 2024.
It's tough. It's tough, and then
For NFL,
so
it's either wild
Super
card or
wild
divisional.
card weekend
I
is
think it's
January
wild card,
13th.
Yep. Oh wait, that's Sunday? No, Sunday the 12th.
It's
13th.
This is 25. Are you looking at 24 or 25?
freaking idiot.
It's okay.
Thank you.
We still love you.
Gosh.
Viewers are
Damn
unsubscribing, but we still love you.
They don't know ball.
Yeah,
Like
so
and
the
subscribe.
tentative 25 wild card round is going to start on wild card weekend is going to be from the 10th to the 12th.
There's your answer.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
I
it.
just
Tough though.
I don't
I
know.
mean-
ESPN doesn't want to fuck
their
up
deal with the
their
NFL.
scheduling. It's
I
annoying.
just think so in the divisional, there's 4 games to be played. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what do they do now? They do 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. Is that correct?
Presumably.
I think that's correct. I just don't understand why at least one of these games can't be on a Saturday. Just bump them back. Make the Orange Bowl Friday night, which I'd be completely fine with. Make the Cotton Bowl a 3 o'clock kick or something like that. Or hell, even 2:30. I don't really care as long as it's on Saturday. And then you can have one divisional game kick off at 7:30. And then you could have 2 divisional games on that Sunday, and then have your divisional Monday night game. Right?
Ooh.
Monday Night Football is a huge deal in the NFL. I don't understand why they just get away from it in the playoffs.
I don't know if
Yeah, they talk Monday through Saturday.
ESPN, but I know they have Super Bowl now, but I don't know if they have the rights. We were talking about Fox earlier. I don't know if they have the rights for regular playoff games. I don't know. Someone gets paid a lot of money to know that.
Someone probably gets paid
so.
a lot of money to make sure that this is the CFP schedule as well, because they don't want to fuck up the NFL.
I think, you were kind of alluding to it. I'm fine with Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Thursday
Thursday pisses me off.
Honestly.
That hurts.
I mean, what would y'all prefer?
So-
A 6 o'clock kickoff on Thursday, and then a really late kickoff for the Cotton Bowl.
You mean if they were both on one day?
Yeah.
An early kickoff on Friday
Would that be better or
and then
worse?
a later?
5 p.m. 8:45 like they do in the quarterfinals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, honestly. Anything would piss me off that's backing into my work schedule, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
annoying.
they weren't doing themselves favors with the Monday night.
And you know what?
Championship.
I don't think they really care.
Yeah.
Because they know we're going to watch. They know that.
No, they don't.
They know
people are going to
like. Well, I say the true football
we will.
fans, no matter who's playing in the national championship, is going to watch, right? Like there are definitely there are years where like I'm pretty sure this past national championship had some pretty low rankings, just because of who was in it. But yeah, I mean you're going to watch, right? Like exactly.
True fans are going to be there. Yeah.
I don't think they really care.
Either way, and they don't want to step on the NFL's toes.
Yeah.
I guess just clear the day for them. Have all the pregame shows on Saturday.
Yeah, it just I don't know that. I guess we're looking there. Like that weekend would be the divisional, still having the Saturday Sunday games, but I don't know, dude.
The divisional would be the.
I don't know.
I mean, the wild card's the 10th,
Yeah.
the divisional is the 17th, and then the conference championships are a non-factor because the national championships are the 20th.
Yeah. I mean, we've been having this Monday night national championship discussion. It's been raging for well over a decade. I don't think they're going to change it, dude. But it would be great. That Monday, is that MLK Day?
It's the first Monday. No, it's not. It's the third Monday.
I think that would be Martin Luther King Day.
Hold on.
Which
I believe that's correct.
it makes it a little better, but at the same time, it's the same argument as the Thursday. I gotta go to work the next day. What the hell are we doing?
Yeah, Monday, January 20th. So at least we have the day off leading up to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Could we sub out MLK Day on that Monday, bump it to Tuesday, so we can actually watch this football game in peace?
I don't care about the day before the game. I care about the day after.
Yeah. I think we're all kind of on the same page where, like, in a perfect world, the college football playoff, either the scheduling committee or whoever sets these time slots would say, to hell with the NFL, we're going to schedule our games when we want to schedule our games. And they would all be, either on, like, reasonable expectation for holiday break, like the quarterfinals, or, weekend days or something like that.
Yeah, they like money, so they're not going to do it.
I mean, yeah.
Exactly.
I think at the end of the day, like, the NCAA and the networks and the NFL, I don't know if they all got into a big room at the same time, or if the networks talked to the NFL and then the networks talked to the NCAA, and were like, they're like, hey, this is what it is. This is when the divisional round's going to be. This is when the wild card weekend's going to be. So, sorry about it, but y'all are playing on a Thursday. And
yeah. So, we're blaming Goodell. Is that what I'm hearing?
It's hard not to, because can you really blame ESPN? Because they're trying to appease both parties because they have TV rights to both parties. So I get where they're coming from. I just think if they felt a little bit, and I think because ESPN knows they've got college football pretty locked down, right? So they can mess around with the schedule a little bit better, especially in playoff time. However, with the NFL, they do not have as much weight to throw around.
No. There's a lot more players in the NFL now, especially with the Amazon Prime Monday Night Football stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good point. They're probably treading a bit more.
So I think we could.
Yeah.
So, you said people are going to watch college football whenever it's played, and with ESPN getting the rights to the SEC, I mean, it's huge.
I mean, dog, I literally watch. There are some weeks where new FBS teams are playing on Tuesdays, and I'm watching just because it's football.
Action.
Maction still going to take place on Wednesdays?
If it won't, I will riot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I don't know if my about to be wife knows how much football I actually consume. She's
gonna find out real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a.
That's the point of contention.
I mean, it's on every
when
day
we
of the
move
week.
in. Yeah, if it's on,
Yeah.
it's on our
Yeah.
television.
Yeah.
So
At the
that's,
very
there you go.
least, it's on a screen somewhere. It may not be on the big screen, but it's on a screen somewhere. So.
Yeah.
Be like, if there's football being played, there is a
Drew, why
decent
are you
chance I
watching
have
this?
money.
Do you have money on this
That's
game?
fair.
And
Always.
what does that have to
Never do with anything.
Anyway,
Well,
yeah. Sorry, we're getting off on a
I think, yeah, we're kind of getting off into a side tangent, but this is a good place to leave it. I think we've said our piece about the playoff schedule. It sucks the later that we get. Like, first 2 rounds, okay.
Yeah.
But after
Good
that,
first
it
round,
goes
chef's
down.
kiss. Second round, we get it because of New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Like, we'll have those days off, so thanks, I guess. But then, yeah, the semifinals just dog shit, and then I've always hated the national championship time slot. So,
Yep.
Yep.
There you have it. Well, if you enjoy this format of video, or watching 3 dudes ramble about college football, feel free to drop a like, even subscribe. This is the type of content we love to make. We miss football like hell. Yeah, we're already talking about the end of next season, and like fall camp hasn't even opened yet. So we love to talk about this shit. We love to get outraged, and we hope that you enjoy it, and we're going to keep making it. So, as always, see y'all in the next one. Like and subscribe, and yeah.